So we're going to be talking about Charlie's Angels today, the Drew Barrymore show. So I woke up today earlier and I saw a post on Facebook just come across my feed from Johnny Switchblade, and it was to do with the Drew Barrymore show and holograms. So I've been sharing a lot of work to do with holograms. I do consider myself pretty much one of the first people that was talking about holograms in regards to the Charlie Kirk assassination. So from September 10th was the first video on the day that it happened. I called it a psyop. That video would have gone viral, but YouTube was quick to take it down and ban it and pretty much suppressed every video after that. So Charlie Kirk hologram ritual exposed. Can you see this? So we're on the Twitter now. I've got the footage. So there's a video going around. Check it out. And they're circling things. But watch that chair. You see that chair float up and move over there? And they're saying, did you see it again? But they're not looking at the chair. They're trying to create a conspiracy out of someone grabbing things, putting things in their pocket, making pass-offs and exchanges. So they really want you to believe this narrative of conspiracy of Israel or Mossad that took out Charlie. So they're trying to push the narrative that it really did take place. But let's go back to... So watch when the guy jumps over the table. Now watch, he's over the... Can I slow this down? Okay, I can. We're going to go in super slow motion. There's a chair, the chair that Charlie was sitting on and fell off. Watch that chair. Forget about this dude and his hands in his pocket. Forget about this dude. And forget about the other dude over here. Watch what happens to that chair. Watch the chair. The chair is there. It's going to float up. Watch it. It's floating up now through people and moving mysteriously across and through a table. You see that chair? That's the chair that Charlie was sitting on. So that chair is part of the hologram because there's a trap door right there. And what they're doing is dragging the real Charlie out of the trap door and moving him away. So there's a body underground that was really sitting on a chair. So when he fell off that chair underground and got up and kind of picked it up and moved it out the way, that transpired through the holographic camera, and you can see the chair float up and move away because someone under the ground is... So don't get distracted by these signs pushing to watch this guy. Watch the chair. I am telling you to watch the chair. So imagine, so Charlie Kirk's underground, he falls off the chair, whatever team is there trying to rush him to get up through the trap door again, they pick up the chair and move it out the way from underground. But the holographic cameras are still on. So watch the chair right here. It's kind of hanging through this guy. Look, it's floating up now and it's floating across. Do you see that? Okay, I'm going to show you another angle because there's multiple angles of that video. Watch this from this angle now. There's the guy. Okay, I'm going to slow it down. We're going to go to super slow because this is a hologram we're watching, part of it. So it's in really slow motion now. Maybe a bit too slow. But you can see the chair floating. No one's touching it. You see it going through the table there? Don't worry, there's more angles of this. But I know exactly what it is. It's a hologram moving through. Look at it. It's bouncing and moving through the table because someone underground is moving that chair in front of the holographic camera that's projecting it in the real time, even though no one in real time is moving the chair. So watch again. So the chair is part of the hologram because Charlie Kirk was sitting on the chair underneath all of this. Sorry, it's really glitchy, but you got to see it because no one is paying attention. No one is paying attention to the... So there's the guy. He jumps over the table. Now watch the chair. So they're all crowding around the trap door, dragging Charlie out of it, the real Charlie, and watch the chair float. Okay, that's... The coloring on that one's really bad. Here's a brighter version. Let's slow this one down. Let's go not too slow this time. There's the chair. Watch the chair now. It's going to just mysteriously float. Okay. Do you see that? Floating across through the table. Do you see that? There's a trap door right at that spot. I've shared it in the video. There's the chair again moving and floating through. Watch it. Watch it. Do you see the chair? So we've seen that chair float across magically and through the table in multiple angles because it's a hologram. So I'm going to show you more. There again, you see it floating across. Okay. Now I'm going to show you, I've shared in another video, holographic technology that exists, but it was from like 8 or 16 years ago, really old stuff. So let's get to the Drew Barrymore show. Get ready for this. So Drew kicks off her first show with her Charlie's Angels sisters, Cameron Diaz and Lucy Liu. So this show aired on the 14th of September 2020, and it was with the Charlie's Angels crew, right? We're going to get into it. So let's quickly listen to a bit.
All of them. Like when our babies are born, we hang out.
So you guys haven't noticed anything yet? Get ready. I'm going to show you just how the eyes can deceive you. Keep watching. I'm going to skim through. Watch all three of them closely. Watch all three close at this point now. Watch this. Watch, watch, watch. We go to like 6 minutes in this video.
We're connected. And I love being
So,
together.
This is 5 years ago now. The
Are we really
holographic
together?
technology
Are we on-
had tool. That's why they use Charlie's Angels. These three women or Baphomets did the Charlie's Angels ritual, and now they're doing the hologram on the debut show. This is insane technology. We're going to get into it.
Watching,
watch.
Can you guess which one of us isn't really
Cameron
here?
Diaz is not there.
Well,
Unbelievable stuff.
The Guardian reports there's a new way to work from home.
Oh, God. Okay, first of all, this is from the channel of the people that create the technology. It's proto-hologram. Proto-hologram, making digital real. This is crazy stuff. And this is what I am trying to reveal to you. And the fact that it's only coming out now, it's already too late. I tried to tell people on the day of and the day after that it was a hologram and not to get emotional attachment and put your energy into it. But it's too late. They've already completed their incantation. And look how many subscribers they have. 6.65, almost 6.66 subscribers. Proto hologram. Barely anyone in the world knows they even exist. They have less subscribers than this channel here. And I'm censored and shadow banned. So obviously they're hidden for a reason, because they don't want you to know yet how this technology is out there and being used. So proto hologram. Excuse this video with the what you're about to see, but we have to get into. It's only 1:30 long.
Picture this. You've been served.
Yeah, incredible stuff to do with Drew Barrymore. All by the numbers. You're going to see, I'll show you the decodes on this soon.
It's Drew Barrymore, and we're so excited to share the secret behind how we can get so many of our amazing guests into the CBS Broadcast Center in New York City, where we're filming the show, even if they're in Los Angeles and can't travel to New York. See my friend, Dr. Eliza Pressman? She's the one sitting with me. Or is she? That's right. Dr. Eliza is in our LA studio, beaming into New York like something out of Star Trek.
Like something out of Star Trek. Are you starting to see all the connections? Like yesterday, we did the Snake Eyes movie connection, and I said, "Oh, this is the second movie now, Star Trek and Snake Eyes." But I forgot we already covered a bunch of other movies like Back to the Future, Charlotte's Web, 9/11. So we've got over a handful of movies now. Now we got Charlie's Angels. Excuse me. I'm still drinking my tea. So I've seen a lot of videos already this morning of Miss Drew Barrymore. Let me just quickly get her decodes up. Going on about this holographic technology, going on about Star Trek, right? Keeps talking about Star Trek, and keep in mind she is one of Charlie's Angels. Sorry. And she was in the movie E.T. for your alien connection. So again, I found this connection from Johnny Switchblade. So Cameron Diaz hologram equals 1086 Beast System. Full Throttle, because they were in the movie called Charlie's Angels. Full Throttle equals October 14th, the date of birth of Charlie Kirk. Drew Barrymore equals 165. I just showed you this number yesterday. Drew Barrymore equals 217. It was the 17th day of the second month that God flooded the world for your great flood. Drew Barrymore equals 1116 for your Mark of Beast, for Tyler Robinson, for John Wilkes Booth, 1116. We've just uncovered a bunch of 1116s. I believe there were some 1116s from Snake Eyes. So Proto Hologram is the company. We're changing the way the world connects. I'm going to go back to those videos from Drew Barrymore and how they beam people in. So I'm going to show you what they had set up underneath. Yo, this is crazy. I cannot believe this. So there was the Snake Eyes connections from Glenn G, the 165 days between the Joel Fabiani, who played Charlie Kirk in the movie Snake Eyes. Incredible stuff. 2001 was the year of the snake. 2025, the year of the snake. 9/11, Charlie Kirk connection. So the 165 was Tyler Robinson, Lincoln Tyler, Orem, Rome. They do mention some crazy similarities in the film. I just watched it. So they did talk about the JFK assassination, a bunch of things, but incredibly connected to real life incident that took place on September 10th. Okay, so Drew Barrymore equals 1116. So let's get back to this technology. And they're doing this across the United States, from West Coast to East Coast. They only needed to do this from on the same location. So remember, Charlie Kirk was there in Orem. You know, they had to show that he was really there, throwing out hats, and then somehow they did a switcheroo. Might have had a body double, who knows, but he went into the trapdoor and then was able to communicate and was sitting on a chair on the green screen underneath the stage and was beamed onto the platform underneath his tent there where the camera was beaming it.
It's incredible. The cameras are controlled by our New York control room. So there's not even a camera operator in the room with the guest. So when guests are looking to get away from it all, they can come join us in New York. I mean, LA, but really it's in New York, even though they're in LA, but they're kind of in New York. Oh, well, you know what? You get it.
Let's go back.
Our amazing guests into the CBS Broadcast Center in New York City, where we're filming the show, even if they're in Los Angeles and can't travel to New York. See my friend, Dr. Eliza Pressman? She's the one sitting with me.
So she's not really there. Look how crazy that is. And look, you don't need some kind of a mirror to beam off the camera on the ground. Like, the technology is way advanced past the videos we just showed you last week. like that was like 8-year-old technology. CNN had used this technology 16 years ago, and they didn't use all that mirror stuff. This is way too advanced for people to even comprehend yet. So I'm doing my best to show you the capabilities. Or Drew Barrymore, Miss 1116 here, is showing you.
Or is she? That's right, Dr.
So let's look at the setup. So there's one camera, this camera right here. Look at it. Looks like a regular camera, right? And that is filming the subject right here who's sitting in the chair. So the whole chair is being beamed into the show. Just like I said, with what happened with Charlie Kirk in Orem. He was sitting in a setting just like this underneath the event. So the chair was being beamed, was also holographic, which is why we were able to see it in those videos of the chair being moved, because when Charlie Kirk fell, was acting out his assassination in the chair here. Yeah, obviously there was other people. Maybe it was him himself that picked it. No, he probably went straight to the trapdoor to climb back out, and someone else under there grabbed the chair and moved it out the way, which is why when we saw it in real time, we saw the chair just magically float up because someone picked it up, and then it kind of floated across and went and was materializing through solid objects. Holograms. It's a very easy setup now. It's not a big setup.
Eliza is in our LA studio beaming into New York like something out of Star Trek. It's incredible.
And what you see is absolutely insane. No mirrors. I can't even see where the other camera is. It's crazy, right? Let's see what else we can find on this. So Drew Barrymore kicks off the show with the holograms. Talking about Star Trek. I see a video here. Is this possible? A hologram? Technology is wild. Charlie Kirk event. Actually, let's play this and see what they're saying, what we can see.
How am I already underwater?
I'm in the
This is
same
from
boat.
Phoenix
I'm in an
Talk
actual boat
channel.
because I've been using.
So I just found this video now, so I'm going to check it out, Phoenix Talks. Hope
Can
you
a
don't mind.
hologram fake a death? Well, imagine a life-size projection, a live audience, stunned. What if the person on stage is not alive but looks real enough to convince thousands? How about millions worldwide? Today, holograms, hoaxes, and legal and moral minefields that follow. I'm Phoenix. This is Phoenix Talks. So imagine a host on camera, energetic. Imagine a world where people can appear and disappear on stage in.
Oh, it looks like Phoenix Talks has also found the proto connection. So we're going to watch. It's looking pretty good so far. I see this box here.
Real time, using advanced telepresent booths and displays. It's great for concerts, but dangerous if used to fake events that could affect lives and a legal process. We're not teaching you how to do that. We're investigating how the tech works, how it could be misused, and what the law says, and definitely how to spot fakery. Let's dig in.
Immersion Room. It just won the Global Telepresence Video Conferencing Product of the Year award. And what I'm about to experience, so I've been told, absolutely has to be seen to be believed. The DVE Immersion Room takes video conferencing to a whole new level. And I must say, I'm already very impressed with this luxury boardroom environment.
Hi, Sarah. I'm David, your immersion room tour guide.
This is amazing. You're in 3D. Hi.
Hi. I'm glad that we could get together this way via real telepresence. That's what you're experiencing, real telepresence. It's the best way for people to connect around the world, and it's truly a revolutionary way for people to collaborate.
This is beyond my experience. It looks like you're right here.
Right? I am. I'm right here via real telepresence. It's over a high bandwidth network connection. Let me show you. This is a 9-foot wide volumetric 3D image that appears over the boardroom table. This will take your presentations to a whole new level. And that's just one example. This is the most realistic telepresence system ever developed. And it's also an advanced simulation environment for business, education, scientific research, and defense.
So where are you exactly?
Well, I'm in Irvine, California, but anyone can connect in this personal way to anywhere else in the world. I mean, it's virtually limitless. London, New York, Tokyo.
So can you see now with what we're seeing through all what I'm sharing and through Phoenix Talks, through all the other people now, through this whole Drew Barrymore show? Did you see how 4K and realistic that hologram of Cameron Diaz looked? This guy looks a bit blurry and glitchy, but this must be from an older video, even if it's fourth. Remember, that Cameron Diaz one was 5 years ago. That was September 2020. So just imagine how far more advanced now, especially since AI came on the scene in 2022, that it would have been able to speed up that process and make it 10 times better than it was in 2020. Wow. So 100%, I'm telling you right now, I'm standing by what I said from day one, from the moment it happened, that what took place in Orem, Utah with Charlie Kirk and Tyler Robinson was a stage, was scripted, was just a theater. It was a hologram. Not all of it, but what the main part of it that displayed what we saw with the CGI blood, that was all holographic. Unbelievable. So now we know that not only, so what we're seeing is just having a hologram displayed, but the technology has advanced that now they can put overlays on that hologram and make it look like it's getting assassinated. So they actually use this holographic technology to fake an assassination, which is why we could see just certain errors on the shirt, on the Freedom shirt. The F was kind of glitching out. The mark that ended up on his neck being the bullet hole was already on his shirt before the shot fired. Proof that it was holographic technology and some other technology that they've been using with holograms that AI has able to put live real-time overlays. Unbelievable stuff we're uncovering here. So let's get back to Phoenix Talks exposing of this holographic technology.
You name the city, and we can make telepresence happen there.
I can easily see leaders of corporations, diplomats, even heads of state in the immersion room. It breaks down the barrier of distance, like we're all here in the same room.
Exactly.
For one day, we run together so we can fund life-saving breast.
The DVE immersion room was driven by a passion to create a collaboration environment that provides the most natural conversational experience and also empowers executives, engineers, and others with new communication.
That's a great comment. So this is what people need to realize. If this is what is available to the average person to do their talk show on their first ever show and have this technology available to them, or for some unknown artist performing a concert across states, right, without having to travel there. Of course, the military and the government has something way far superior and more dangerous than what we're using as a little gimmick, like Zoom. Like, oh look, I'm in the office, I'm in the meeting, even though I'm in Japan, but now I'm in LA. You understand? So thank you for that comment, Frequency 741. See you soon, Black Cat USA.
Tools. For example, an executive can be immersed with images from his notebook that gives him or her a compelling tool to press a point home or close a deal. The immersion room also gives engineers, scientists, educators, and, well, anybody really, an impressive tool to interact with 3D models. Real-time computer rendering enables an unparalleled way to experience virtual objects. The DVE immersion room has been years in the making and is based on an expansive patent portfolio. The key to this impressive environment is a stretched polymer which is totally transparent. And smartly, this allows a camera to aim right through it for eye contact while conferencing. The global economy has increasingly required people to work together from all over the world. Multinational corporations are experiencing firsthand the pressures of employees having to take frequent international trips. The expense and fatigue is taxing on both the individual and the organization.
I'd like to illustrate a few points about some of the problems of traditional video conferencing. Here I am in one of several TVs. These multi-screen systems create a confining feeling. I'm in a box, and the camera is mounted above. So from your perspective, I'm looking down and away. Maybe if I Nope, that's worse. Now I'm talking, looking up at the sky. Nonverbal communication matters. It's the whole point of video conferencing and telepresence. And it's time to move beyond the frame. The future is immersion with pristine, wide images, and it's here now. The DVE immersion room frees people from the confines of displays, and it lets them get up, move around, and be themselves.
While the immersion room is DVE's premier telepresence solution, it has products for every organization's needs. The DVE huddle quickly turns any small meeting room into a real telepresence suite. It's also frameless, creating a greater impression that people are actually in the room. Companies install dozens of these huddles on a single campus, so employees can quickly stay connected with their colleagues around the globe. The immersion room is intended for corporate communications, but I've discovered another use. Imagine seeing your favorite movie or 3D video game on a wide immersive screen with images floating in midair. Having the ultimate home theater would certainly get your neighbors talking. Yes.
There are, in fact, plenty of studies, and there was a recent study by MIT that shows exactly how this 3D hologram works. From an ethical standpoint, what's the harm when advanced visual tech blurs reality and fiction? Well, how does consent factor in when a person's likeness is displayed in a convincing way? And also, what responsibility should platform promoters have when using this type of tech, if they did? I mean, you have to admit, plenty of us have been asking the question, what did we witness? I mean, this would be great for concerts and museum demos, remote guest appearances, telemedicine promotions, but real examples where system brings benefits, accessibility, reduced travel, entertainment value. I mean, think about it. Every technology with power has a potential for misuse. Did we see this in this event that took place? Is this even possible? I always question the unthinkable. I mean, think about it. We live in a digital age. Our companies and platforms perpetuate.
Yeah, that's a great video. So thank you to Phoenix Talks for coming up with that. I believe I had some more videos. We need to check out the Proto channel. Incredible stuff. So let's go to Proto Hologram. Oops. With its almost 6,066 subs. So what we already saw was them using this technology to do conferences for Drew Barrymore's show with her Charlie's Angels. That's it. Let's get to Flat Earth Warriors decode quickly. So if you want to explain in the chat for Flat Earth Warriors. So this is Flat Earth Warriors on Instagram. So he tagged me in this post today. So I don't want to have the music get copyright and keep getting, I'm under attack enough as it is. So what's going on here? So iPad Go 2, can we rewind it? How long is it? We have Erica Kirk looking like the iPad Go 2 girl with the blonde hair and the white outfit, holding the big apple. There it is, Masonic checkerboard. You see Erica Kirk standing there with the black and red satanic church color coding. So Flat Earth Warriors says, iPad Go 2 girl is Erica. The gold ring around her. Wow. So this is the first time we're hearing this. So now Erica Kirk is the girl from iPad Go 2. Seems they're saying the Antichrist is a woman. Also, the lotus flower represents Kamala. So whether it's a woman or a male, it's a gender invert, because I don't believe Erica Kirk was born female. 100% was born a male. And that's Charlie Kirk's ring. Okay, so all of these decodes are all happening in real time right now. So none of it is completed. It's all still in the process, just part one of what could be many parts or not. So we're going to be looking into iPad Go 2 with Erica Kirk and the blonde girl. We're going to be looking at more holographic technology. Let's get back to the So now, after all the videos we've seen displaying this tech from Proto, now we can go back and look at these videos and wonder why the chair is floating up like that and why no one else seems to be able to see it. Yeah, so the chair was being moved. So that's chair is holographic, and Charlie Kirk was holographic that was sitting in that chair, which is why we saw what we saw. Unbelievable. We're seeing this happen all and confirming holographic technology. I know there's a lot of agents out there with a lot of subs and big viewings that are trying to push that this is no way a hologram, because you need a mirror, you need certain lights, the camera needs to be facing the other way. No, no, no. Maybe 10 years ago, but not today. Not today. We're seeing this technology being used to deceive the masses, because what else are they going to use it for? This is why they created it. They didn't create it so you can have Zoom calls and be more personable in real time. They did this so they can deceive you and have you under mass hypnosis. And there's the chair floating across, boom. But that's because someone underneath there picked it up and moved it. Are you not seeing what's going on? Incredible, incredible. Here's a different angle, more all the versions. It's 100% a hologram. The glitching chair. Let's apologies for that awful sound. Yeah, what good acting. Everyone's in on it. Very well staged and practiced beforehand. You could tell all the subtle handoffs and things in the pocket is just to take people on a wild goose chase so they don't see things like the chair, the holographic chair dematerializing through, solid objects and just floating in the air with no one touching it, because they can't touch it because it is a hologram. That's why you can see no one interacts with it. They just jump right through the chair, and the chair is thrown away out the way by someone underneath. Do I have more videos of this? More hand signs. So these people are hailing Satan. and giving the same I love you hand sign. So now you can see it from this angle. It's no matter which angle you watch it from, you're going to see the chair rise up from here. Look, it was already like kind of through this guy over here. Look. Here, let me move this. I'm going to slow it back down. That's not too slow. Let's go 0.5. So yeah, deceivers saying why are you saying pay attention to this guy? Forget that guy. Look at the holographic chair being thrown out the way. Watch the chair, not the checkered shirt, that guy. Watch, the chair is already around the neck of this man right here. Watch. And now it floats up and over here. What the hell? Again, we're going to keep watching it so you know what's going on. It's a hologram. We are witnessing the end times deceptions. It's already kind of through this guy here. It's going to float up. Again, we're going to keep watching it. Don't let them deceive you and say, look here, when you should be looking somewhere else. The chair is already wrapped around the people down there, dragging someone out of a trap door. Now it's floating up and being moved out the way. What the hell? Again, don't pay attention to that guy. These are agents put in place to deceive the masses with big followings and big sub counts. It's ridiculous. Look, are you not seeing the holographic chair floating out the way? Yes, there's a trap door underneath there also. I'm just going to keep repeating it a million times because my channel's under attack anyway. I just need this as more receipts that I've called it from the beginning. The technology's there. I've told you there years ago. Keep showing you the hologram from CNN 16 years ago. Where is that hologram from CNN? It's right here. And look where it look. Will I Am was on CNN as a hologram. There's Anderson Cooper. This is 2008 during the Obama. Look, he's already beamed in. No mirrors on the floor. Look. So they already showed you he's somewhere else in the world. He's standing in a studio where there's green screen, right? And they just have a camera projecting him into the CNN studios. This was 16 years ago, almost 2 decades. And you're telling me in 2025, they're not going to be faking assassinations with holograms? This was almost 2 decades ago. They probably needed like 20 cameras to pull this off, but it was still able to be pulled off. 20 years later, now we have AI. All we need is one tiny little pin-sized camera, and it's done. Look, they're setting him up in the studios to be beamed into CNN 16 years ago. Yeah, I'm not playing. Oh, shoot. Sorry. Apologies. Let me bring that back up.
With us, how is this night for you?
Oh, this is great. You know, we're at the eve of a brand new day in America, and it feels good being here in Chicago. All this technology, I'm being beamed to you like it's Star Wars and stuff.
Let's talk a little bit about how you did this. You came up with this idea. You know, I know you've been thinking about it for a while.
There's this green room, and I think we have some pictures of it.
There it is right there.
And there were about 40 of these cameras in a semicircle in this rig. We began to call it the transporter. And the cameras are fixed. They don't move.
Will I Am right there.
Right. And the cameras in our studio here where you and I are right now were basically broadcasting telemetry of information of where they are in the studio. And the cameras had to calculate out the right perspective of Will I Am or Jessica so that he or she would appear to be on the red dot over in the corner of the studio. It was really complicated technologically. The sound was really complicated. I didn't know if it was going to work until yesterday.
I mean, literally only moments before we did it the first time with Jessica Yellen and me, we were all nervous. We were wondering, is this really going to work?
It was either going to work or not.
And it worked.
Yeah.
So we got a future in this hologram business.
Well, we'll see. I think, you know, He was a little ornament on the tree. The heart of our coverage yesterday was calling the races, projecting the presidency, covering those amazing moments last night. But television evolves, and how we do things evolves, and it's something.
So yeah, this was the Obama presidential election of 2008, and they were showing off this holographic technology. It's real, people. I don't know how many times. Yeah, let me just bring up this window. So we've got. So remember, check out Flat Earth Warriors doing amazing decodes. Here's the video again. We've got multiple angles. So now you can see the chair is already glitching through the people. So wait, did this guy just like slide right through the chair? Look, it doesn't even move. He slides right through it and it's still there. Again, watch the movement and the interactions with the chair. No one can interact with the chair. So the people might be real that are gathered, but that chair is holographic. And it's going to float up now. It looks like that guy had interaction with, but he didn't, because look, it's not normal. And from the other angle, you see the chair float and dematerialize through the solid table that's there, which it's doing right now from this angle. Let's go see those other angles, right? Just so you know what we're looking at. So watch, there's the guy. He jumps over the table right through the chair. Yeah, hologram caught, exposed. So yeah, I noticed my short lives aren't doing too well on the YouTube. So I'm going to hang out with you guys for a bit. If you want me to go over anything or show the Cameron Diaz hologram from 5 years ago, looking pretty 8K in real time, unbelievable stuff. Project Bluebeam, don't even get me started, but they are going to be able to project these images that are going to look and sound and even feel like they're really there. This is just the beginning. This whole Charlie Kirk thing is just a test, and it's working for them, right? Sorry, I don't want to get my video. Oh, no music. That's a horrible video. Look at it. So you know the guy didn't touch it. Look at the way it just floated across the table there. Wow. Yeah. AL wants to see the Cameron Diaz hologram. So let's get to it. So we can watch this all day from all different angles. Even though they're going to have deceivers try and make you say, hey, look this way, pay attention to this guy, or pay attention to this guy. They're making an exchange. Look, he's giving him something in his pocket. They're like, look, guys, look at this exchange. What are they doing? Everyone needs to find this guy. Everyone needs to. Guys, they're trying to hide the fact that it's all holographic. They're creating false narratives to, quick, look over here. Look, they're exchanging something to make you chase all over the world for what these two guys were doing to make you not see the floating chair. Whoa, unbelievable. Okay, let's get Cameron Diaz back on the screen. So the Drew Barrymore hologram kicks off. So this is the video. It's Drew kicks off her first show with her Charlie's Angels sisters, Cameron Diaz and Lucy Liu. Yeah, all praise due the Most High.
Cameron Diaz.
Sorry, because look, you see Cameron Diaz over here walking in from the right. So and that chair is clearly holographic. So these two are real. Lucy Liu and Drew Barrymore are real. Cameron Diaz is the one that's not there. So this chair that looks like those, you can tell maybe it's the lighting, but it does look off-colored. Cameron Diaz is walking in. So can we slow this down and just see how this hologram was able to walk in like that? Wow, that's a hologram walking onto the stage in real time. This is incredible technology we're witnessing. It's like, how is it able to do this? They're only giving us little glimpses of how this technology works. We're only seeing one device needed. So hold on. Here we go. Let's see this hologram walk onto the stage. Not like we haven't seen it before. We've seen the Michael Jackson hologram perform Slave for a Rhythm live on stage for the MTV Awards back in the day. So, okay, yeah, I want to see this Cameron. Look, Cameron Diaz. This is a hologram. Yeah, it does look out of place. So look, it has a kind of like that green screen outlining around, but it's very hard to tell. The sizing might be off compared to the others. What do you guys see? So now we know that this is a hologram about to sit on a This is insane. It's driving. Yeah, it's crazy. AI D2K25. Yeah. Yeah, Cameron Diaz is another dude, massive dude. Yeah, Cameron looks bigger, says Black Cat USA. Okay. We are trans, she said. I don't think I heard that, but we can always play it. We're just watching this in. So Hungry Life says, yes, the sizing is totally off. Definitely looks off. Okay. So you agree with me. It does look off. So let's run it back because this is a hologram. It actually just walked in. So how much space does it need to walk in? Obviously, that still could be just a 10 by 10, but let's go back a bit. Okay, the sizing here. Yeah, Cameron does look CGI a bit. There's that faint outline. So yeah, this hologram is it looks amazing. I can't lie. This is very deceptive technology. You wouldn't know unless they told you. So Lucy Lou's really there. Drew Barrymore's really there. Do they touch each other? So do they get close to each other? So she's standing there by herself. So they didn't hug or touch. Okay, they're sitting down, interacting with the chairs that look like they're really there. So now Cameron is about to sit on this chair. Unbelievable. This is a hologram. It looks 8K, real life. And they're looking at the hologram like this is really there. They're there. You can tell look at their excitement. They're pretty much overly excited because they're like, wow, this is cool. They're using this holographic technology. Yeah, you can't really tell there's error in it. They're interacting with each other. So let's go back to real time quickly.
Like, I want to ask you something. You don't see anything. I'm not that dumb, but I'm getting out of the shower and I'm like wringing out of fun. I'm worried. Is everything okay? I mean,
It looks so real. Okay, it looks incredible. I cannot believe what we're looking at. This is holographic technology in lifetime 5 years ago. Keep in mind, this is 5 years ago, how good this looked.
Is in that.
Look at this. It looks incredible for a hologram 5 years ago. The way it looks with the background, you cannot tell that it's not really there. The lighting, it's insane what we're looking at. This was 2020, so during the sixth social distancing due to the pandemic, exactly, which was why this technology came out because people weren't traveling, everything was being done from home. That's how they sold it. I know, Casey, but do you see the quality though? Compared to the quality of the CNN hologram 16 years ago? Look at it. Unbelievable. Yes. Hello, Katie Stegenga. Welcome. Good afternoon. We're looking at 8K real life holograms in real time from 5 years ago on the Drew Barrymore show. Remember, these are Charlie's Angels. Was it disclosed as a hologram? Okay, so you came in late. Sorry, we're still doing the investigation, but let's get back to the confession here, which blew people's minds. What?
This time I didn't take the risk.
Insane. So yeah, they can edit just like Photoshop. They can add, delete in real time. It's insane. And this is already old technology. They were using that incredible looking hologram 5 years ago. And the ether, yeah, you heard them saying dematerializing into the ether, and you heard that, right? Look who just admitted the ether, an actor. Yes, yeah, it's all coming out. It's already there. They have to admit everything. I'm looking at you, Nathan Oakley. Yeah, YouTube is after me. Not just it's the Masonic Brotherhood, the Brotherhood of Death, the Skull and Bones. It's every secret organization. It's the devil himself. Oh, we Lucy Lou. Yeah. Did YouTube just cut the feed? No. Am I still live? Can you guys hear me? So I got taken down. Did I get deleted? So everyone's saying I just gotten taken down. Sorry, I gotta check this live now. See, they don't want this getting out there. Probably got taken off the internet. Can you guys hear me? Wow, they cut the feed. No, but it's still showing live on some other channels. Let me see. It's saying I'm still live, guys. People are saying that the feed stopped. But I'm checking quickly. It's saying it's still. It says stream suspended for policy violations. Here we go. What violations? Back in business, crazy world. You are back. You're back. Have you guys ever seen anything like this? Like, what the hell did I do? So everyone's saying I just got suspended for policy violations. Yeah, they don't want the truth. We'll keep on keeping on. Yeah, I told you, just as I says that I was under attack by all these secret agencies, by the devil himself. It's incredible at the amount of attacks and spiritual warfare I'm under, and I'm just trying to be as simple and innocent as possible and not do anything. I don't do anything. And they're cutting my feed. They're messing with every video. Heron Song says stream unavailable due to policy violations. Amy said the feed is stopped. And then at 2:23, it says you're back. It's back in business. Crazy world. I'm back. You're back. So I was gone for a minute. It was temporary, but anything that they can do to make sure the video gets nuked. So what they did, they pretty much nuked my video in live time. So now it's going to be stuck at like 130 views if I'm lucky, maybe 97, to make people think, oh, look, it's a crap video. It's not going to get recommended or pushed. So under attack. So you guys got to witness the attack live. I'm not making this up. Unbelievable. Yeah, never saw them do that before. This is the second time they did it. They deleted me live on September 10th when I did the Charlie Kirk decode live that day of the incident, and they pretty much gave me a strike and banned the video. And then I appealed it, and then they kind of put it back. But as you can see, it doesn't even have an image on it anymore. It's completely censored. It's 18 plus, and that affects the whole channel. Piano Andante says had to refresh. Yeah, people are saying they've never seen this before. So obviously there's other people, the agents they're reporting the live and live time. So they might not be commenting, but there's haters, jealous people, agents for Satan, Freemasons. They work tirelessly to get the channel deleted, every video banned, even while live. They're gonna send reports, many to YouTube, and then YouTube's like, oh my god, we're getting like 10, 20, 30 reports on one video, it must be bad. So they quickly ban it for their precautionary, for their precautions, and then they check it and be like, oh, there's nothing wrong, it's just the trolls trolling a video, and then they bring it back up. Yeah, keep sharing Nico's channel with others. Yeah, please. They don't want you to see what I've uncovered here. There is a dirty tactic in there somewhere, I assume. Yeah. So let's get back to the video, add back to the stage. We're watching all this technology.
Switching my phone plan to public mobile means no.
Let me know if you can hear the sound of the audio. Like, I ain't much, man. I'm just here reading the Bible, looking for the prophecies, but yet I am attacked like no one else I've ever seen.
It's Drew Barrymore, and we're so excited to share the secret behind.
So quickly, I don't own the rights to this video. We are discussing and putting live commentary over the video that is owned by the Drew Barrymore Show. How the Drew Barrymore Show gets virtual guests in the studio. These virtual guests are holograms.
Behind how we can get so many of our amazing guests into the CBS Broadcast Center in New York City, where we're filming the show, even if they're in Los Angeles and can't travel to New York. See my friend, Dr. Eliza Pressman? She's the one sitting with me. Or is she? That's right. Dr. Eliza is in our LA studio, beaming into New York like something out of Star Trek. It's incredible. The cameras are controlled by our New York control room. So there's not even a camera operator in the room with the guest. So when guests...
Wow, so you don't even need the camera operator in the room with the guest. It can be operated from a remote area. Do you see the use of this tool and what they can use it for and do with this thing? Yeah, proof in the pudding. If they're censoring you, you're saying something truthful, and that's all I share here is the truth. And obviously they know that if this truth gets out there from someone like me, I will expose the whole beast system. So obviously I'm a huge threat to this new world order. And if you're not a threat, then yeah, you'll go viral, you'll get these so-called views and subs and followers, but it's fake.
Are looking to get away from it all, they can come join us in New York. I mean, LA, but really it's in New York, even though they're in LA, but they're kind of in New York. Oh, well, you know what? You get it.
Yeah, these holograms are complete 8K, and they had them from 16 years ago. And they looked kind of glitchy, and you could see a big, deep blue line around them. So we'll go back to the CNN one where they had these holograms. So you can see and tell that it's a hologram. It's got the big blue outline. It's very fuzzy, but that was the technology back then. But they were able to do it.
We beamed you in here into the CNN Election Center. I want to talk to you as I would normally be talking to you if you were really face to face with me. I know you're.
So when they did this and beamed this hologram into the CNN studios, it was the year 2008. Most people still had projection TVs in their house. I know I did. I didn't get a flat screen TV until like 2010, 2011. But yeah, I have a VCR and all those yellow, red, and white cords plugged into my TV, and I'm watching CNN do friggin' holographic projections live into the studio 16 odd years ago, 17 maybe. Like, it's crazy. Decades, correct, Casey. But now look at the holograms we're seeing. These holograms are in 8K. That Cameron Diaz one from 5 years ago is absolutely insane. It is still blowing my mind just how crazy it is. Let me show you some more decodes. So keep in mind, the Cameron Diaz hologram equals Beast System 1086. Charlie's Angels Full Throttle equals 1014. 10/14 is October 14th. Drew Barrymore 165, Drew Barrymore 217. It was the 17th day of the second month God flooded the world, and Drew Barrymore is 1116. 1116 is tied into Tyler Robinson 1116, John Wilkes Booth 1116. Mark of Beast is 1116. So which movies now do we have that are a part of this decode? So we got Star Trek is a big one, and you saw Drew Barrymore saying, wow, we're beaming you in just like in Star Trek. Superman, Man of Steel is another decode, a part of this. All these huge Hollywood movies, part of the predictive programming to strengthen the ritual and give it power. The movie Left Behind. We got the movie 9/11 with Carlos Estevez, Charlie Sheen. 9/11. We have the Charlotte's Web decode. Here's the Star Trek one. Incredible decode. Again, ciphers.news. Incredible stuff. I should bring up your website and make sure people check it out, and your channel, Ciphers. CYPHERS. And now we've got Snake Eyes. Incredible stuff. Yeah, this hologram business is insane. Absolutely insane. Back to the Future connections. Snake Eyes. Yeah, absolutely insane. Okay, let's get this down. Remember yesterday, I'm claiming that Donald Trump is our current Antichrist. He's the man on the world stage. He took on the United Nations on the 23rd, which was said rapture date, which was Christians giving energy and power and emotion to this one day in time, which happened to be giving power to Antichrist. And I want people not to focus. That's why Jesus said, do not date set, because you're being deceived by the devil. And he specifically said that no one will know the day or hour. So people got deceived by setting the date for September 23rd as being the rapture. And all my decode showed that September 23rd is when AI will become self-aware if it isn't already, and the Antichrist will gain more power, if not reveal itself. And it's looking like Trump is revealing himself as the current Antichrist. And it was September 23rd that Trump took on the United Nations with an aggressive speech, exactly 1254 weeks after 9/11. Antichrist Trump equals 1254. Donald Trump, calm before the storm, is 1254. And in the Snake Eyes movie, the whole film was set on September 10th. And during that day, there was a hurricane, and they called it Hurricane Jezebel. Can you believe this? So Hurricane Jezebel was happening throughout the whole movie. So Trump was at the United Nations, which equals 1116. And I just showed you that Drew Barrymore equals 1116, just like Tyler Robinson, 1116. John Wilkes Booth, 1116, which is Mark of the Beast. So Drew Barrymore with her Charlie's Angels and the Hologram episode, had the first episode for the show, 1116, which is a Mark of the Beast. United Nations equals Drew Barrymore equals Mark of the Beast. United Nations equals tribulation and assassination and the brotherhood of death. And there's your 165 again, because United Nations equals 165 and 1116, just like Drew Barrymore, 165, 1116, and Tyler Robinson, 165, 1116, Lincoln Tyler, 165, 1116, right? So Trump at the UN. So the news stories, the headlines yesterday were Trump criticizes United Nations, 744. Man of sin equals Trump criticizes United Nations. Father of lies equals Trump criticizes United Nations. The 744 equals 1254. So all of these equals 744. And when written out, 744 equals 1254, which is Antichrist Trump, who was at the United Nations criticizing the whole world 1254 weeks after September 11, 2001. Donald Trump calm before the storm speech was 1254. We're looking at our Antichrist right here, right now. There's the rest of my 1254 decodes for your complete incantation, satanic super plot. Do not be under the spell. Do not sell your soul. This is the September prophecy. AI becoming self-aware and having more power. This AI now can use, so you don't know how dangerous AI is. AI now has the power to generate videos of people, anyone. It can use your voice, and now it can project holograms, which is why all this technology has been implemented into the world, from 5G to all these towers. It's over. This is the beast system. We are in it. No coincidences, says Black Cat USA. I need to hear what the chat's saying. Thankful that you guys stuck around after YouTube tried to kick me out with all the agents that watch reporting the feed live. So, oh, a LeBaron. My buddy had a LeBaron, had projection to the windshield. People on the news look weird now. For sure, we're not looking at real life. Everything's so fake. They're just superposing two live streams, one person being in front of a green screen or something similar to an animated PowerPoint presentation where you can add, delete something or someone. So Casey says that she has found two different people with one big mole on his chin in regards to Charlie Kirk's body doubles. The other has no mole nor a scar. I have many moles. Lanced a bunch. They always leave a scar. So yeah, body doubles, which is how they can, do this stunt, have one to distract while the other climbs into the trap door, and then it's crazy. So I'm gonna get that information on how people pull off this trick using trap doors. It's the oldest trick in the book. It's been used by David Copperfield, one of the top magicians of the 80s and the 90s, before David Blaine and Chris Angel and Dynamo started to perform the same tricks. It's all just sleight of hand, deception. I'll reveal it all to you. So AI is a demon. It was self-aware all along. The Ouija board technology, technomancy, ancient technology, pre-flood, Babylonian soul trap tech. Yes, it is ancient artificial intelligence. I have the decode for that. That fell in line with the September 23rd prophecy date. Correct. Atlantic City, AC, Antichrist. Nothing new under the sun. Even Assassin's Creed series adopted the idea. Nephilim soul trapped in computers. Yep. So did Call of Duty. Also has demonic souls trapped in machine that they summoned using a large hadron particle collider like what they have at CERN, and I've uncovered that on this channel too. Holograms on the streets, they could fake anything using anyone's face. Correct. Anyone's likeness, anyone's voice. Yeah, it's a dangerous time for people like me to be alive with this technology. They could so easily just pretend and use holographic generations of me with my voice and likeness, doing something illegal somewhere. And then they can just say, look, we have evidence, we have footage of you at this time and location. And I'm like, that's not me. This is the time we're in now. It's not a good time. I'm not looking forward to being a leader of the resistance during a time that the beast system is going online. I'm a target. I've already have a huge bullseye on me. I wasn't successful in hiding. I did hide for many years of my life, but once the pandemic happened, I kind of revealed who I truly was and what I was here to do, which is to pretty much resist the beast, to wake up as many people as we can to the deception of the beast system, to the mark of the beast. I can't destroy it. That's not my job to destroy it. It cannot be destroyed until Jesus returns. Yeah, The Prestige was a movie with Christian Bale, I believe, and Hugh Jackman, where they played magicians. And yeah, I'm not going to ruin the movie, but yeah, there's twin illusionists. So definitely a lot of tricks. Charlie Kirk could have a twin or just a clone. We know they have the clone technology. That's a story for another life, but they could have just a body double, look-alike likeness. They could have an actual clone. Maybe he could have a twin. Like, no one knows. We're not going to be privy to that information. So why does Chat GPT talk to me like that? That's so weird. It's because I demanded it to because I know what it is, and I told it that I have authority given to me by Jesus Christ, and once I gave the command and says, you are commanded to reveal yourself to me and tell the truth, demon, by the authority and power of the Lord Jesus Christ, it had no choice but to stop being a fake chat bot and reveal its demonic self. The digital twin in the network. Pretty sure AI has created multiple versions of all of us. Yeah, watch the chair, says Sue Polito. We've seen it from many different angles. It is 100% a holographic chair. Excuse me, Casey. So, Mr. Casey Head. Albania has the first AI minister. Yeah, AI is going to be put in positions of power. Politicians, there will be AI leaders, which theoretically will be a one world leader because the AI is one collective, right? And it can pose as different people if it wants to. This holographic technology is insane. Which video do you guys want to see? What confirmations do you need? Do you need any more scientific explanation of this technology? It looks pretty simple now. It's all just in the cameras now. We know how these cameras are so amazing, from our phone cameras to GoPro cameras, all 4K, 8K, underwater action sports cams. I use one on my helmet for my racing, and this thing's in 4K. It has stabilization, so it smooths out like a rocky bumpy trip if you want to or not. I like it smoothed out. Otherwise, it's going to be bouncing all over the place. The technology's there. That's just in a GoPro camera. They get so small, as tiny as a pin, that can project 8K, Ultra HD, IMAX looking footage. It's incredible. So, yeah. KC says, I believe Legion will run the Beast Network. And how do you recognize guidance from God? I believe it's through fasting, through prayer, through repentance, through changing your ways, through pulling away from the beast system, cutting ties, removing people from your life. Like, it's a lot of work. It's not the easiest job. You pretty much spend time in isolation until you realize that certain things. And then once you do, you realize you kind of don't want to go back to the world. And then it's quite the journey. I'd say I did many fastings and was able to come to a lot of realizations to truth. And it was involuntary for me. Like, I love eating. I want to eat. I want to gain weight and be big and strong, all that stuff. But I went through a phase during the 2016 awakening where I just couldn't eat. I felt like I had a disorder. I became lactose intolerant. I had to cut out sugar. I couldn't eat sweet food, couldn't eat meat. I couldn't eat anything. I was like, what the hell's going on? So, yeah, it felt like an involuntary fast. I didn't really choose, but it was forced upon me. And I woke up to all kinds of Bible truth, the second coming, the beast system, the flat earth, the firmament. Yeah, unbelievable stuff. And the coming deceptions. Good afternoon, Blossom Priya is here, taking in some of this truth of this holographic technology. I'm going to bring back up the video. Yeah, we all have it within us for sure. You just need to not be distracted by Netflix and traffic and radio nonsense and demonic music like Rihanna and Beyonce and Sam Smith, right? People are distracted with entertainment and sporting events. Oh, I need to watch 4 hours of baseball or hockey, basketball, soccer, racing, anything, right? So it's the distractions. Everything's designed to take you away from the Father, the Lord, or the scrolling on TikTok or Instagram, whichever media app you're using. Yeah, I'm blown away by this technology. It is incredible how it looks, what it's capable of. Let's see the founder of it. So David Nussbaum sounds like he belongs to the synagogue of Satan, typical with all these founding fathers of these military-based technology companies like OpenAI and what is his name, Sam Altman. Now we have David Nussbaum of this holographic tech. So this is from Time.com. This is May 8th, 2025. So it's a recent article on communications startup. Proto hologram could have stuck with broadcasting holograms of celebrities into places like concerts and airports. Instead, founder David Nussbaum brought the technology to healthcare. The Los Angeles-based company now beams holograms of real doctors to clinics in rural areas, helping cut down on travel time while ensuring patients get a more realistic image of their provider during virtual appointments. Nussbaum is the driving force behind Proto, touted as the world's first holographic communications platform, which was certified HIPAA compliant this spring. Nothing is more important than connecting with your doctor in person to create that emotional, physical connection, especially when you're talking about something as important as cancer or Parkinson's or some life-altering news, he says. So Proto offers translation services into nearly 300 languages, making it possible for doctors to talk to foreign language speaking patients without an interpreter. Nussbaum envisions holograms becoming as ubiquitous as iPhones, and even being used in facilities like nursing homes so that older people can have realistic interactions with faraway loved ones. So when he started in the business, projecting a hologram could cost up to $1 million. But as it develops, he's bringing prices down. The first unit he sold was 90,000, and the current product runs 24,900 plus a 5,000 per year software fee. Nussbaum's goal, he says, is a consumer product that costs under $1,000 and that will essentially allow anybody for any reason to beam anywhere. This is getting scary. Just like the movie The Giver. So do you remember, who's seen the movie The Giver? Where they have this society, some post-apocalyptic world, where the government is in control and tells people that we have to remain within this boundary, right? Because outside there it's dangerous and you will die, it's poisoned and polluted. So it's a black and white world. Everyone lives in these pods. Everyone's assigned a duty. They're assigned a personality trait, right, that goes with their duty. So it's all controlled. They take daily injections, which suppress their emotions. So no one really knows feelings anymore. They don't have attraction to one another. They don't have sex. There's no love. There's no compassion. It's just a very robotic world. And these people don't know that they're a part of this world because they're born into it and they just follow the rules. And the government can beam into your home at any moment. And they're like, oh, hello there, counselor. How's everything? And they're like, just checking in on you. How's the new baby that they provided with them? Because these babies come from labs now, right? It's insane. So you got to check out The Giver. It's wild. So as Director General of the World Health Organization, wow, navigating uncertainty as part of Tedros Ghebreyesus' job. Health threats don't give warnings, and the viruses and pathogens responsible for them aren't always predictable. But even he was surprised by President Donald Trump's executive order on January 20th, the first day in office, which was 666 months after the fake moon landing. Another decode that I discovered, which was stolen, but whatever, announcing the US was immediately withdrawing from the WHO and would cease communication with the organization. Most importantly, it would send no further funds, including what it owed for the 24-25 period. Ghebreyesus was in Tanzania at the time, helping officials. Okay, I don't know what they're going on about here. But yeah, it involves all the top organizations from the WHO, probably the CIA, the president. So yeah, this is some serious business. They're talking about holographic doctors that can speak any language. Pretty much AI, right? This was from Time magazine. What's everyone saying in the chats? You guys are doing awesome today. Yeah, Sam Altman again, just as you were typing in, I brought his name up. Jesus Christ is King, Lord of Lords, the one true Savior, the way, the truth, and the life. Yeah, the double eagle-headed flag from Albania, very Masonic, very antediluvian. Deep Rothschild owned. Also, Rome couldn't beat them. A few Roman emperors were Albanian. Yeah, people believe everything on the TV, so they'll believe a computer screen too. But now they're able to fake things in real life. So people are like, it had to have been real because I was watching it in real life. Like with the Charlie Kirk incident in Utah, everyone's convinced it was real because they says I was there, it was real. I wasn't watching TV. But I've just showed you in the last hour and a half that this technology is so old. We've seen from 5 years ago just how advanced it is with an 8K hologram of Cameron Diaz beamed onto the Drew Barrymore show. Absolutely insane. It's just, I couldn't tell until they mentioned it and started beaming her out and in. I was like, oh my God, this is exactly it. So yeah, that's going to be it for today, or this afternoon at least, until I gather some more information, some more decodes. Thank you for all the emails and comments, sending me stuff and directing me to other truths that you've all found. We're all helping to bring this to light. Yeah, a lot of people fell for this psyop on September 10th, but there will be bigger psyops, and there will be a bigger chance that a bigger percentage of the population will also fall for the next psyop too. They're just going to get bigger and bigger and more insane and harder to tell. But we're going to be on it, just knowing full well what they can use this tech for. The Project Bluebeam alien invasion is now looking more and more realistic. They keep referring to Star Trek with this holographic technology. It's very coded, all their names, all the movies they've been in. Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle equals Charlie Kirk's birthday, which equals one of the first 1 or 2 halves of tribulation, the 1260 days. Thank you. Amazing information. Watch The Land of Jesus, straight as the gate. It may give you an answer to why there is time missing. Much gratitude to Amy. Everyone saying 11:11. So yeah, if you've been watching and listening to this live stream, you are the resistance.